Hey friends, so if you're watching this video, it means that you have made all 5 decades of the rosary and you're ready to work on your centerpiece knot. So here I have the rosary that I just made and all 5 decades are done. I recommend that you always count your decades because I've made thousands of these and inevitably there's always the one that ends up with 9 or 11. So as you're going along, make sure to count them, make sure that you have the right amount of knots. So for the centerpiece knot, all you have to do once it's all done is bring the 2 ends together. And then with both cords, you're going to make the same style knot, but just one time around. So remember how we did the X? It's just a single X. You don't have to go around any more times. And then you're going to take both ends and feed them through, like so, together. And again, that roll from the back to the front. And then you're just going to go ahead and tighten that into position. Now, after you do that, what you want to do is check the alignment on your rosary. You can see that my decades are not completely aligned. So hopefully you didn't make your knots too tight so that you have a little bit of room for adjusting them. All you have to do is take the short one and give it a pull until they're about the same length. Again, the same is true with the spacing between the Hail Mary knots and Our Father knots. You can adjust those a little bit. And then again, line these up. You can see that my top one is short. Give it a little pull until they're about the same length. And again, adjustments here, making sure you have all the right amount of knots. Now, if you want this part of the rosary to be bigger because you want it to fit over someone's head or something like that, all you have to do, instead of spacing the Hail Mary knots, I would recommend you add more spacing in between here by just positioning it like so and giving it an extra tug and creating a little more length in there. That's the best way to do it because when you start spacing out the Hail Mary knots, they get weird. So again, line those up and give it an extra tug. That'll give you some extra spacing and that should probably fit around the neck there. So then at the end, after you put your centerpiece knot in there, you'll have a long end and a short end, which makes sense because we did, remember, 3 decades on one side and 2 on the other. So the short end, just set it aside and pretend like it's not there for now. But with the long end, you're going to continue to make this bottom portion of the rosary. So again, the bottom portion of the rosary, after the centerpiece knot, we have 1 Our Father, 3 Hail Marys, and the last Our Father will be used to put on the crucifix, so don't do that one just yet. This part, you want to keep it close by. Some people make the mistake that there's way too much spacing in here and it drags way down. It looks very strange. So again, you're going to do an Our Father knot, same as before, X, 4 more times. Feed it through. This first Our Father knot on this bottom piece should be, fairly close towards the top. You really don't have to leave hardly any spacing there. Looks kind of like that. Okay, and then you're going to continue with 3 more Hail Mary knots. I don't even recommend that you put as much spacing between this Our Father and this Hail Mary as you do up top, but that's a matter of preference, so I will leave that up to you. I keep them closer because I don't like this piece to hang down too much. That was 1, this is 2. And 1 more makes 3. Once you get to this point, you can move on to the next video, which will show you how to put on the crucifix. So that's it. The last Our Father knot will be used to put on the crucifix.